Morning, good morning. It's my birthday on December the 26th. I'll be 60 years old. I'll be 60 years young. I'm a prisoner's right advocate. I've been a prisoner's right advocate since 1986. All right. I don't know what y'all was doing in 1986, but I've been doing this since 1986. I turned in my guns and my drugs, and I addressed the war on drugs and the violence in the community. Google State of Illinois versus Dwayne Davis, 1986. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what all of this toilets and everything is based off of that case. All right. I'm not from around here. I'm from a place called Zion, Illinois. All right. So I don't have my ties to Poly, Marvel, City. I didn't go to Morgan State. I'm straight out the Illinois Department of Corrections. So that's my fight. I wanted to end the war on drugs, and end the war on drugs, I had to go to the courts to do it. I've been denied access to the courts since 2007 when I started this. I went to jail in 86, and then that case was about the war on drugs. So I let that case sit for 20 years for the statute of limitations. You never retried me for the case. You never returned the evidence. You had never addressed that issue. So in 2007, I started this movie called Letters to Zion, and I also started a movie called Ghetto Da Vinci Code. The Ghetto Da Vinci Code, I contacted city, county, state, and federal levels. I contacted Sheila Dixon, Governor O'Malley, Peter Francott, Scott Shellenberger, Greg Bernstein, Marilyn Mosby, Teller Branch, Tony Bridges. I contacted over 52 public and elected officials, and I was telling them I was making a documentary about the war on drugs. It was about the violence and the murder and the killings and the death in our communities. I am Dred Scott. I got to take this to the Supreme Court. I got to take it to the Supreme Court of Illinois and Maryland to take it to the Supreme Court of the United States Supreme Court. All right. Like I said, I'm fighting you about my property. All right. That's my store on Falls Road. That's my store on Falls Road. And that store was paying and financing my movie and my movie and my documentary. That store is my property, sole proprietorship. The state of Maryland participated in the fraud, money laundering, racketeering. Everything that I'm telling you, you go to President Trump. All right. And you go to President Obama because he asked for a full investigation. He asked for an investigation. All right. I'm going to show you like Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King, and all this black media that talk about our black issues. Soledad O'Brien, Don Lemon, they don't care about us. That's Lester Holt. Gayle King got this, Lester Holt got this, Oprah Winfrey got this. This is 13 years in the making, all right? Honorably discharged veteran of the United States Navy. See the date? I got an honorable discharge at the convenience of the government with one stipulation. I could never join the service again. I joined the service when I was 17 years old. So when my friends was going to high school prom and homecoming, I was in Brazil. I was in Cartagena, Colombia. I was in Puerto Rico. I was in St. Thomas. I was in Nassau. I was in Jamaica. Yeah. The United States government participates in the war on drugs by supplying the world with the drugs. Our government did that, and they taught me how to do that. I did it. Go check out my DD 214. Go check out my DD 214. Guns, drugs, prostitution, and loan sharking is what I did from 1977 to 1979 when they put me out. All right. I made a lot of money while I was in the Navy. I learned how to make money. Came out of the Navy and went to the streets. Was a firefighter I was a fireman. So like I said, it's my constitutional right. All right. We showing that blacks ain't got no rights in which white America respects, because this case right here has been sitting in Scott Shellenberger's office for over 2 years. I want a federal and a state audit. A federal and state audit by the comptroller. I'm out $2.6 million. Money laundering. All right. Credit card fraud, identity theft. I want a audit. A federal and a state audit. I went home on vacation. I came back on probation December the 24th, 2007. And my store was stolen on February the 8th, 2008. The Ron Battle, Jake Davis, James Hammond, Dwayne Gerald Davis Jr., Darlene Davis. You move money across state lines to Illinois and in Maryland and Virginia. The Ron Battle moved money to Illinois. Jake Davis moved money to Virginia. I want a federal and a state audit on Jake's Grill. The IRS asked for this audit. It's part of my investigation. I work for 85% of the richest people in the state. All right, these are my clients. I also work for a lot of politicians. You feel me? Governor Hogan got this. And she got this because her husband participated in this. Like I said, we're talking about the war on drugs and mass incarceration. When Commissioner Harris came to town, I said, do your job or lose your job. I said, would you protect corrupt officials? And Commissioner Harris protected Mayor Pugh because he didn't do nothing. I told you to your face, do your job or lose your job. You let her get away with the other shit, and I gave you evidence. You are sitting and holding evidence of corruption. You got it in your hands. The emails is going to tie you to it. So that money that you got, you won't get that separation. You're going to be looking away from a federal investigation. They got a thing in Chicago called Operation Greylord. So that's what I did to Baltimore, Operation Greylord. City, county, state, and federal levels. I showed you the money that y'all make and the money that you got tied to the prison industry. I turned you in to the Inspector General. And you can go to the Inspector General and get this. I turned you into the Inspector General, and I turned you into the Department of Justice. This is my live. This is when I was locked up. All right. When I was locked up in Baltimore County Detention Center for 86 days, you took my property from me, my intellectual property. That intellectual property was worth $130 million. The truck was worth $6,000. The contents of the truck was worth $130 million. And you're going to pay me what you owe me. A federal and a state audit is going to prove what I'm telling you. The FBI, the Department of Justice, y'all all had this before I got locked up, and you knew this. Fox 45, Congressman Cummings. Congressman Cummings had this. Dutch Ruppersberger had this. Barry Glazer. Y'all all had this. So I'm going to show you what you had. That's David Irwin from 2007. That 86 case was about the war on drugs. Save a cop in the war on air. If you end the violence, you'll save a cop's life. If you end the war on drugs, you're gonna save a lot of people's lives. Like I said, Deron Battle, Jake Davis, James Hammond, Brother Insurance participated in fraud. State Farm Insurance. See this? I went home on vacation. I came back on probation. This is from 1986. You see that? I asked for the ACLU to get involved in this in 1986. So since the ACLU, the NAACP, they didn't want to get involved. So I took it upon myself to do it myself. And I kept a very detailed record of everything. See that? I went to jail. I did my time, but I was exposed in the prison industry in 1986, the same way I did it now. See, what you did is when I got locked up in 2011, you took my Jailhouse Diary from 1986, but I still got parts of the Jailhouse Diary from 1986. All right. I still got papers from 1986. See that? I want my mail to be traced. All right. Because what y'all did is y'all destroyed legal mail. You destroyed property that belonged to me in 86 and in 2007, 8, and 2011. Interstate Compact for Adult Supervision. So I'm going to show you what I did for parole and probation and how you violated my parole and probation, how you tried to steal my money, how you incarcerated me again to keep the story from coming out. '07 CF, yeah. This is a statement of facts. I fired my lawyer and defended myself in Illinois and in Maryland. If you Google me, that's when I'm a jailhouse lawyer. A statement of facts. I don't want nobody saying they left out the loop. Jeremy Stemick was a white boy that got caught with some heroin, and they let his ass got locked up the same day I got locked up. They let his ass out of jail the same day I got locked up. Google Jeremy Stemick. He don't have no criminal case. That's the play to play politics. I got a case filed with the FBI and the Department of Justice because, like I said, I was making a movie about this. And Congressman Cummings got all of this. Congressman Cummings, Sarbanes, Cardins, Mikulski, y'all got this. The Ron battle came to Lake County, Illinois on February the 20th and told the people I was crazy, so y'all had to give me a psychiatric evaluation. All right. I got my evaluation right here. I read Dred Scott in the court record on file. It's in my transcripts. All right. Waukegan Police Department, case report. All right. You charged me with a bomb threat, and you altered the statement. I never said bomb threat. I never said boom. I never said nothing of that nature. You had a white woman that said I said something. Then you took me in this room and held me in a one-man lineup. You altered this information. I asked for a jury trial. I asked for a trial. Y'all kept me for 186 days. You feel me? Y'all kept me illegally. When I got out of jail, I came back to Baltimore and I refiled my paperwork. I took back my guilty plea and I said I'm gonna defend myself, and I wanted a trial here in Baltimore. We could have did it on the Nomad system. I asked for a Nomad hearing, and I gave that information to Sheila Dixon, Governor O'Malley, Greg Bernstein, Scott Shellenberger, Doug Gansler. Yeah, and the controller had this. I had an interstate compact. That means that I was getting paid. Y'all was getting paid for me. This is Lake County. I wrote y'all that before I went home. Like I said, I went home on vacation. I came back on probation. We've been in America for 400 years. We have been in America for 400 years, just like the Jews was in Egypt for 400 years. It's time to let us go. You need to end this war on drugs. You need to let us have our freedom. Cut our fingers, ancestry.com, and let us go back to whatever village you stole us from. Like I said, Department of Justice got this. Tampering with legal mail is a federal offense. Y'all tampered with my legal mail. Y'all destroyed evidence, and you destroyed shit from 86. See that? 1986. Yeah. That's from 1986. That's why I say we're gonna do a class action lawsuit because y'all are snatching up black bodies. It's human trafficking. You got an abundance of innocent people in jail that you're stealing from the black community. Sheila Dixon knew about this. Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake knew about this. Governor O'Malley performed this. So now you look up McElroy and they're gonna tell you about the corruption. You feel me? We're gonna talk about black and white drug convictions since '86. Everything that Judge Boris had gonna have to be reversed and remanded. Y'all gonna have to look at that. You feel me? Because like I said, y'all impeaching Donald Trump. Well, the same way that y'all going after Donald Trump, we're gonna go after the Democratic Party. We're gonna go after the war on drugs. Enemy of my enemy is gonna be my friend. And we're gonna have the Speaker of the House talk about this because she got a whistleblower's application. And that whistleblower's application, she got to talk about it. You're going to give me access to the grand jury under Senate Bill 374. In 2020, we're going to end this. You're going to pay me the money that you owe me. You're going to have a federal and a state audit on Jake's Grill. And we're going to follow the money. Then we're going to go to Senator Kelly's house. And we're going to follow the money and the candidates. Man, I want my freedom. I'm a political prisoner and sitting inside of America, held for crimes I didn't commit. I'm out $2.6 million in lost wages. I do a lot of protesting. All right. I do a lot of protesting. 2020, we're going to do a lot of activism. Johnny Oleski asked for a full investigation, a federal investigation into my incarceration, Illinois and in Maryland. The councilmen know about it too. So we're going to take all the testimony from Baltimore City, all my testimony from Baltimore County, and all of my testimony in Annapolis. And we're going to take it to the Honorable Elijah Cummings' seat, the Judiciary Committee. We're going to take everything that I just showed you to the Judiciary Committee about the corruption in the courts, about the racism in the courts. Yeah, we're going to finish this where we started this at, in Elijah Cummings' office. So on June 20th, they having a candidacy forum over here on Harford Road. I'm going to mic check the room, and I'm going to have that toilet sitting outside with Congressman Cummings all over it. You're going to give me my justice or you won't get no peace. And a lot of these politicians running for office going to be running from a federal investigation. Yeah, a federal investigation. Sergio from the ACLU, this ain't personal. Trey Murphy, ACLU, NAACP, get my paperwork. Get my paperwork. Because I want what belongs to me. I want what belongs to me. I want a federal and the state audit. Money laundering, embezzlement, identity theft. I want everything invested. I want everything, every nickel, every dime. Darlene Davis, accepting money from state lines from Virginia, SunTrust Bank, Bank of America. Yeah, we're going to end this. Same thing make you laugh, gonna make you cry. 2020, somebody going to jail. A lot of people going to jail. Might check that.